Let me show you what I carry around in my 4x5 field camera bag. In another part of the video, you see the Tachihara video camera here extended out into working position, and you see me mounting a lens on it for use. Some of the other lenses that I have include, this is the Schneider Super Angulon 75mm 5.6 lens, and that gives me a wide angle of view that is a nice angle of view that I like to use in other camera systems too. It gives me a very wide angle, but yet not so wide that it introduces a lot of distortion. And here I have a Schneider Super Angulon 90mm f8 lens, which also gives me a nice moderate wide angle. And going over here, we have the Schneider Simar 120mm 5.6. That's the lens that I had mounted on the camera when I was showing the camera in working position. And then over here we have a Fujinon A 240mm f9. And so that gives me some useful focal lengths that go from wide angle to kind of a portrait style. Now let me get these out of the way here, and I'll show you some of the other things I have in the camera bag. I have film holders in here, and this part here, this is a Koken style lens shade with a collar on it that allows me to put it on a wide variety of types of lenses. Down in here, have a lens cleaning kit, have different Koken filters for colored filters, yellow and red, and polarizer, as well as a split field type lens, double exposure rather, and an extra cable release here. And one of the things we have on here, which I will show you, this is a viewing filter. Now this I got through Zone 6 Studios, which is no longer really running. You may be able to get something like this at other places. But what it does is, looking through it, it allows you to mute the colors and show things more in a basic tone style to help you, if you're working black and white photography, to look in terms of tonal values rather than color. So that can be very handy. And I think you see here, this is kind of a little invention of mine, which I have used for out in the field to help me with certain aspects. What I did is I took an 8x10 gray card, and in matte style used a mat cutter to cut out a 4x5 opening. And then on here I have on the bottom measurements out in inches, and then marked off with the different types of lenses that cover those particular lengths in inches. And then what you do is if you want to be able to see what kind of a field of view you have with certain lenses, you'd hold up the edge here like by your eye to imitate the camera, and then you look through either look through the field here as to what kind of how much of your subject you want in there, or you want to see, if you want to see what type of view a particular lens will give you, you just put that up against your face, and then you move along there as to the focal length of the lens, and then you hold it out at that position, and then you can get an idea of what type of area would be covered by that focal length of the lens. I also have marked on here the different types of the lengths in millimeters and in inches, and even on the side here showing off the angle of view of many of the lenses. So this little handmade device of mine, simple but yet effective, it has helped me determine the best way to photograph certain subjects when I can see what kind of coverage I would have before I start to set up the camera. So that is part of my 4x5 collection that I use nowadays for if I want to go out and shoot film, or even Polaroid. I have a Polaroid back for that fits 4x5 also. It just gets harder to find actual Polaroid film that will slide into the special holder. But that is that. So okay, let's open up the Tachihara 4x5 field camera. We unlatch the bottom there, and we're going to loosen up some of these knobs here to make it easier for it to go up here. And like many field cameras, the back comes up first. We'll get that tightened, locked into place, and we'll bring up the front standard here, and this gets slipped into a slot near the top there, and then we can bring it down, and we've got little markings here. We can get that centered right on there the way we need to. Things locked up there, tightened up, and let's put a lens on it. Let's put on a Schneider Apple Simar 120mm 5.6 lens. Oh, got it upside down there a little bit. Okay, and put in the bottom first, and the top, and put this down to lock that into place now. Okay, and now it's ready for operation. So, let's see what kind of movements this has to offer. On the front lens standard, we have the ability with, like I was partially showing you before, loosen this up, and we have the rise and fall, and we get that into the center position again. We have a, loosen these up, the ability to have a bed hinged tilt forward and back with a center detilt there. We have the ability to have, with these unlatched swings, and we don't have any side shifting on this one, and loosen this up on one side, and then the other side here we can rack out the focusing. And to show you on the back part of the standard here, it has a bit of tilt on the back standard. We can loosen these up at the top. It has some forward and backward control with a center detent, and it has the ability for purposes of, if you have a wide angle lens, we can bring the back standard forward a little bit, and then that way with the wide angle you won't have the front focus rail part interfering too much with the lens's field of view. So we have that kind of control in there. Now, okay, and on the back here, we also have, the back also has some swing to it as well. You can loosen these up and have the back swing somewhat. Okay. And of course the 4x5 film holder can slip into there, lock into place, works for you. And for going from horizontal to vertical, it's just a matter of knocking these, repositioning the thing, locking it back in, as you find similar mechanisms on other types of field cameras. And we'll put this back into the horizontal mode. And so that is the Tachihara 4x5.